Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Last year I did an entire video series on Holy Week to show you all that just because I am gay, I am still very much religious. You saw me receive the implication of ashes on Ash Wednesday, celebrate the Last Supper on Holy Thursday, mourn Jesus as I remembered his death on Good Friday, then celebrate the victory on Easter Sunday, where just as nature blooms, so does life eternal. Over on my other channel, I produced a video highlighting the recent renovations and accessibility features of Immaculate Conception Parish, comparing them to First Lutheran across the street. It is like night and day. As nice as I see it, I will not worship there due to their sootiness and their contempt for all of God's people. 2 years ago, I attended my dad's wedding at Emmanuel Episcopal Church on Orca Island off the coast of Seattle. The two priests that preside over this small congregation are married, and not to women, but to each other. Yet, these two men that lead this small but proud community of Christian faith are a part of the LGBT community, and outside on a flagpole there is a rainbow pride flag flying, as a sign of their love of not only God but for all people. I would argue that the priests are truly living out the gospel of Jesus. On Palm/Passion Sunday, they went outside and walked the labyrinth, then they did the Passion play, and I watched it via YouTube. As I see attacks at our nation's schools, I must ask myself if a guy dressed in drag is really the issue. As I see a member of the trans community going into her old school and unleashing bullets, killing innocent children, I have to ask why, and when will we demand people be held accountable? As I see acts of school violence, I ask when will we unite and call on leaders to demand real justice? Guns do not kill people. People kill people. Guns are a very powerful tool used primarily to kill people, but so can a hammer, a saw, or a screwdriver. They need to be respected. If somebody takes a hammer and bashes somebody in their head, will we ban our hammers? If somebody took a saw and started hacking away at somebody, will we ban all saws? It will be hard to build houses then or anything else. I support an automatic weapons ban, but not all rifles. When I went to the bar in Little California, Pennsylvania for my 21st birthday, my friend had his gun in the waistband of his pants. He had his permit to conceal and carry. The gun stayed in his pants the entire night, and he only took it out when we got back to his apartment to show me. I felt comforted knowing he had a gun, in case things got out of hand. A few months later, a professor's son shot up J. Cole's, a bar right next to my apartment. The next day, as my friend was taking trash out and actually was on his way to work doing my attendant care, he looked down and saw the firearm that was used. He called the police and they came to secure the weapon. Eventually they arrested the boy. Congress and state legislators can pass gun control laws, but until we deal with bigotry, these laws will do nothing. It is like putting a band-aid on an ever-growing tumor. You know how doctors deal with tumors. They isolate them, surgically remove it, then patients undergo chemotherapy. How do we deal with violence? Isolate those who preach hate and bigotry, because that is what radicalizes people. Those who use threats and fear to promote their own bigotry should not have a platform. However, nobody is doing something to stop this. Donald Trump, for all he did, should be far away from politics, yet he can endorse a fake fame-hungry doctor to a Senate job when he was not from the state he wanted to represent. I feel he should have been indicted on much more serious charges. We need to promote love and justice for all. We need to promote real freedom. Nobody is doing this. When people, especially these televangelists, called for the genocide of a certain group in Jesus' name, we do not replace them with their son. We take the program off the air. We prosecute those who turn to violence. However, we let those who preach genocide go free and even let their son or daughter do the same thing, then ask ourselves why. We let those who stand outside of pride events spew hate with no real demands and no desire to negotiate. That is not how nonviolent civil disobedience works. Why is there more violence when we know the answer? Why do we allow mass shootings when we know that it is wrong? Why do we allow our courts to be hijacked when we know the judges are trying to turn back the law? Remember, governments who deny civil rights often endorse violence. Look at what they did to Jesus. The government, who knew that Jesus did nothing but promoted love and equality, handed him over to be crucified because it was convenient. This Easter weekend, let us ourselves to justice and righteousness. Please like this video and hit subscribe and turn on notification so that you do not miss any of my videos. I will see you soon.